Okay, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something, well, pretty exciting in the world of energy.
Yeah, solar energy specifically. There's a recent report out of China that's turning some heads.
Definitely. And this matters to you because we're talking about potentially faster, cheaper, and just way more efficient solar power.
Which could impact everything from, your electricity bill to how we power cities, even how we fight climate change.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack this report, understand the breakthrough, and think about what it could mean.
And the headline figure is pretty stark.
It really is. Chinese scientists hitting 67% solar efficiency.
67%, yeah. I mean, think about that. Conventional panels are usually hovering around the low 20s.
So nearly triple the output. That's huge. How are they doing? What's the science here?
Okay, so the core of it is a new material. It's a photothermal charge transfer co-crystal. They call it CBC for short.
CBC.
Right.
And what makes this material the secret sauce?
Well, its big trick is something called near-complete photoluminescence quenching.
Okay. Quenching, what does that mean in simple terms?
Basically, imagine sunlight hitting a normal solar material. Some energy makes electricity, but some just bounces off as light again. It's wasted.
Yeah.
This CBC material, it almost completely stops that light loss. It grabs nearly all the light energy and instantly converts it into heat super efficiently.
Wow. So much less energy wasted bouncing around as light. It just becomes heat.
Exactly. Traditional stuff like carbon compounds or metal oxides, they just aren't as good at this particular job.
So CBC is amazing at absorbing light and turning it into heat. What happens to the heat then?
Right. So because it's so good at that conversion, it's ideal for what they call next-gen solar thermoelectric generators, STEGs.
STEGs. Solar thermoelectric generators.
Yeah, these are devices that take heat, that temperature difference, and turn it directly into electricity.
Ah, okay, so it's a two-step process. Light to super efficient heat using CBC, then heat to electricity using these STEGs.
You got it. And the report suggests that using CBC could push the efficiency of those STEGs to, unprecedented levels, hence the big 67% number.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if this pans out, what are the ripple effects? What does this mean globally?
Well, for one, it could really put China at the forefront of solar innovation. It might shift global energy dynamics quite a bit.
And practically speaking.
Think about getting way more power from the same roof space,
Right, or needing smaller solar farms. That makes it much more workable in cities or places where land is expensive or limited.
Precisely. More power, smaller footprint. The report also hints at potential cost reductions down the line because you're just getting so much more energy out of the system.
More efficient, maybe cheaper. The environmental angle.
Oh, huge. If solar becomes significantly more efficient and cost-effective, it could massively accelerate the shift away from fossil fuels. That's obviously a big win for climate goals.
Better tech, better economics, better for the planet. Sounds almost too good. What's the catch? Or what are the next hurdles?
Well, like with any lab breakthrough, the big questions are about scaling up. Can they make the CBC material reliably, cheaply, and in large quantities?
And durability, right. How does it hold up in the real world? Sun, rain, heat, cold, year after year.
Exactly. Lab results are one thing, but proving stability and longevity out in the field is always the next big challenge.
Sure, but let's say they crack those problems.
Then, the report suggests this could really be a pivotal moment. A big step towards making sustainable energy much more practical, much more the default option.
Okay, so let's sum up this deep dive. We've looked at this report on a Chinese breakthrough. 67% solar efficiency using this novel CBC co-crystal.
Right, working through this photothermal effect coupled with those STEG devices.
And the potential seems immense, transforming energy generation, making solar viable in more places, potentially lowering costs, and helping the climate.
And for you, the listener, this could eventually mean solar power becoming, just much more accessible and effective, a real contribution to a cleaner energy future.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. If we can achieve these kinds of efficiency boosts with new materials, what does that signal for the future? How might our whole energy infrastructure change? And maybe more broadly, what other big technological hurdles could material science help us overcome next?
Lots to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for diving deep with us today.